you doing?
I'm fine.
What's happening in Ogba? Everywhere is tensed up.
Yeah,
Security everywhere.
yes, the Hausa and the Yoruba, hoodlums, both of them clashed 2 days ago. So that's why police is trying to display show of power or show of force. They started earlier this morning. Even at Okera, Ogba yesterday, they went down to Okera, they packed most of those Hausa boys, causing trouble at the Okera axis of Lagos. They seized their motorbike, and arrested most of them. Then this early morning, we got an information that the Hausa youth, they wrote letter to Ogba that they are coming, Area G police station, they are coming to fight. Just imagine. So that's why you can see police taking over everywhere. They are, showing, they are making show of force or show of power. They don't fight. Yes, of the policemen. They don't fight an armed man. The policemen are armed, and if you fight them, they are going to make use of their guns. So the outsiders are scanty early in the morning, and if you look around Oba, you can't even spot one again. They have all run back to their various slums.
To their destinations.
I'm telling you, their various slums. They have all run back to their various hideouts. Yeah.
And that's why Sunday Igboho is saying that Tinubu is not responsible for what is happening in Nigeria.
Yes.
Just like what you said about the Hausas.
The Hausas, Fulanis, let me tell you, Mike, for 8 years now, we learned many things we've not learned before in Nigeria. 1 is Ruga, 2 is Meiti Allah, 3 is bandit. Though Boko Haram was there during Jonathan era. It was Buhari's regime that gave birth to all these strange things and activities
in
Nigeria. The body German of a man was a chairman or president of Meiti Allah. For my life, all my life, I've never known anything about Meiti Allah for the first time. It was during Buhari's regime that we began to see and hear all these things. So what Igboho said that Tinubu is not responsible for most of the thing that is happening currently, it is true. But one thing I want to correct Igboho of is that it was during APC regime that we learned about Ruga, we learned about Meiti Allah, we learned about bandits, we learned about even herdsmen, nothing like herdsmen during Obasanjo regime and the Jonathan regime. Buhari regime gave birth to all this. So even Son Igboho's, exile or banishment or whatever you call it, it was Buhari that gave birth to that. Because Igboho was not committing any crime. Igboho was busy agitating for the Republic of Oduduwa. It is his personal business. Self-determination. It is right of every citizen to delve into that. Even myself, I can start my own now. As Nnamdi Kanu, was doing his own before his, abduction in Kenya from Nairobi to Nigeria. It is everybody's business.
When you feel that
you're not comfortable with a particular situation, you can just voice out. So Buhari regime gave birth to many errors and chaos in Nigerian society. I'm telling you, to be frank, Igboho said the facts.
Definitely, there was no respect for rule of law during Buhari era, right?
Yeah. No respect of law. But what I'm trying to spot out is that Tinubu is trying to continue from where Buhari stopped. I didn't understand. Like I said the other time.
Is it based on the statement?
Based on the
statement he made.
Based on the statement he made. And again, for him to correct that, thank you. For him to correct that, he should release somebody like Nnamdi Kanu. If he's not continuing from Buhari, he should release somebody like Nnamdi Kanu. He released the Igboho. Failure to release Nnamdi Kanu, it begins to look like he continued from where he stopped. So the only thing I expected him to do when he started new in the office was to release Nnamdi Kanu.
That's first action. You need
Thank
to
you.
Expected,
we
right?
know that we have nothing to do with Buhari administration again. The Igbos would have said Buhari bye-bye. Nnamdi Kanu will start from where he stops.
Would that have stopped the agitation?
I think that would. Okay, if he release.
Yeah.
If he release him. No. You see, as Nnamdi Kanu is in there now, the field of agitation is growing more. It's blowing. It's just, billowing up. It's snowballing. Because the indigenous people of Biafra, they are still very, very annoyed that Igboho was released, Nnamdi Kanu is still there. I don't know what I understand. And if you look at it, it begins to look like the same marginalization that brings in this agitation. So the right thing to do is Igboho, go. Nnamdi Kanu, go your way. Nnamdi Kanu will go. It's not for him to know how he will be carrying out his, daily business, which is agitation. So still in confinement, the fuel of agitation is growing bigger, if you ask me, even bigger than ever more when Nnamdi Kanu was outside.
Yesterday, we also said it, that there's no going back on Yoruba nation.
Thank you so much. That's a man. That's a man. You see, that is a man for you. Igboho is a man, like I rightly said when he was arrested by Buhari-led administration. I said that this is the only man I've seen in Yoruba land that has come out and stand on his foot. I think understand. Demanding for the right of the Yorubas, emancipation of new Yoruba nation. I didn't understand. I said I did not see Gani Adams, the so-called Are Onakakamfo for mouth. Igboho should be the Onakakamfo. Are, yes, Igboho should be the general, the army general, Ochiara one of where? Yoruba land. Because it is Igboho that come out as in heroic proportion, to present himself to the whole world. Yes. So say, yes, I profess this crime, if it is a crime, to demand for emancipation of Oduduwa Republic. Yes, and condemn the killings of the Fulani herdsmen. And you know that one thing leads to another. If not that the Barakwa people and Egongo were killed and massacred by these so-called herdsmen, Igboho shouldn't have suffered. But this gentleman just came up and said,
that triggered him.
Yes, it triggered the hunger in him, the anger in him, the beast in him came out, warning the Fulani herdsmen across Yoruba land that they should leave. And they started the business. What happened was that Buhari sent after him, DSS. DSS did not end up just looking for Igboho to kill, but they killed innocent people in Igboho's compound. I said it earlier that Igboho is right. And I'm saying it doubly redoubled that if Igboho made a current statement that no going back on agitation for Oduduwa Republic, he is 156,000% correct. Are you listening to me? Likewise, what Nnamdi Kanu is doing, if you interview him in confinement there, where he's incarcerated right now, he will rightly tell you that no going back for Biafra. That's why they still leave him there. But let me tell you, when you hold something that belongs to a child up, lifting your hands up, when times comes, when your hands start aching you, you are going to bring it down. Holding Nnamdi Kanu is not the right thing. Allow him to go. You are feeding him for nothing, spending that money on Nnamdi Kanu. Bring out that money and give us. Allow Nnamdi, let us use that money you are spending on him there, because you must feed him well. Medically, you make sure that he's not sick. No, I'm saying the right thing, Mike.
Sound and healthy.
It must be sound and healthy, because if he coughs, that's trouble. So let me tell you, Mike, they should not be wasting their resources. Allow the guy to go.
Money spent on Kanu can be channeled to other sectors.
It can be channeled to me, to other sectors. At least I need money. This time around, I have not bought rice, bag of rice for some months now. I have not bought yam. So we need that money. They should allow that gentleman to go. See, it is fueling the fire of this memorandum conduct. They are conducting memorandum.
Despite the access given to him to come to Nigeria, to return to Nigeria to bury his mom. Some people still feel that the DSS might invite Igboho after the burial. Do you foresee that? Do you perceive it?
That's
as well?
That's a right, envisagement or whatever I want to say.
Can it happen?
I think it might happen. You are right. Because Igboho being here right now and voicing out, audaciously like that, with such audacity, I think they will have to do so. Let it not begin to look like Tinubu is on his side. Nigerian system over the years, how we live our life here. If they allow him to go free, the North, those people that orchestrated insecurity in the North, they will start accusing Tinubu that Tinubu is behind Sunday Igboho. That's why Igboho voiced out about emancipation of Oduduwa Republic and nobody questioned him. But I have question for them that are trying to question Tinubu about Igboho's, clarity or whatever on Igboho's release. Why didn't they ask Tinubu, Buhari, to arrest Badejo? Why didn't they ask Buhari to arrest the herdsmen, Metiala leader, and come up with somebody, single soul, as someone that commits all those dastard crimes, all those bad crimes in the past? They did not. I didn't understand. Because if you look at what Hausa Fulani is doing now, it's like they are the one telling Tinubu, do this, go here, don't go this place, do this and that. Does it concern them? All the punitive offenses committed by Buhari during his time, I think understand who punished him, who asked him why. Did the South say, Buhari, do you not do this? Buhari was busy favoring Fulani. I didn't understand. Favoritism. Now that Igboho is back, no matter what that gentleman said, it is his own fundamental right to say anything, provided he did not kill anybody, did not incite government that is going to take over the government of Tinubu. He said, Oduduwa Republic emancipation, no going back. Nnamdi Kanu says, Biafra, there we stand, and I support Biafra. That's why this referendum going on, I think we are going to do it rightly. And after our own, Oduduwa Republic should do something about it. Because they must hear your voice globally. Yoruba in London, in Tokyo, everywhere. They must do something about it. The link has been coming up to everybody. Link, Biafra voting, memorandum link. It comes to me, it goes everywhere to people. It has gone viral all over the world. And internationally, we must tell the world, the United Nations, that we are behind Simon Ekpa, we support him. Biafra must be free. They thought that if they incarcerate Simon Ekpa, Nnamdi Kanu, that the fire of agitation of Biafra emancipation will quench. But let me tell you, that fire has not gone down. Ekpa is doing good job in Finland. Nnamdi is suffering in jail. And the venoms of the indigenous people of Biafra are growing higher. See, do the needful. Let everything be done within the context of international jurisprudence. That is law. I think you understand. You don't have to do one side and leave the other side. My request to Tinubu now is releasing Nnamdi Kanu. His friend is around. Nnamdi Kanu should attend Igboho's mother's burial. They should allow Nnamdi Kanu to visit Igboho. At least two of them will have embrace. Because they are the two agitators, two freedom fighters we have in Nigeria now, and they are not doing bad things. They are doing the right thing. It is right for me to agitate if I feel that I'm not feeling okay in Nigeria, like I'm rightly doing now for Biafra. This is the time for all the Jews all over the world to go back. It's like they don't know, most people don't know about what is called apocalypse. Apocalypse is the Jewish tradition. Apocalypse is law. So you understand, within the context of the Jews, there will be a time all of us will go back to our nation. And this is the time. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you so much, Raphael. Thank you so much. Nii, good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Saturday morning. I think the weather is a little bit.
It's cool. It's cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Cool. I think it's now time for us to start asking leaders questions. Like we have it on the front page of Saturday Sun. That's about 8 trillion naira was spent in 8 months. The federal government, state government, local government had a share of 8 trillion naira in 8 months. And we have economics experts saying that citizens shouldn't keep quiet on this. Let us begin to ask questions. Where did you spend this money? Where did you channel this money? And again, don't forget that the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, said about 30 billion naira was given to each of the 36 state governments. Matthew, Nii, you have always been sounding it. You have always been saying it on the platform that we should hold them accountable. Let us hold them accountable for whatever is happening in the country. Good morning to you once more.
Thank you for having me, and I'm glad to be back on Flip TV. Happy weekend to all our viewers, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Once again, that is what it is. Our state governors, who have always been the biggest elephant in the room, however, find so many, schemes and tactics to evade, the scrutiny of the people. Don't forget that the state governors who speak today are the one controlling even the local government allocation, right? Because in this 8 trillion, the state governors have collected nothing less than 60% of it. So that means the 60% of 8 trillion is around, if I'm not mistaken, is around 5 trillion. Now, Why are the state governors so quiet? But we are all fixated on federal government. And I understand why. But we must get to that level where we will conscientize ourselves that in the real sense, the state governors can help us to what? To calm the tides. The state governors can actually meet the people 50%. If in your state, if transportation is going up, your state governors can meet you halfway. That means if your state governors are effective. But nobody cares about the state governors. Everybody wants to talk about the president. Everybody wants to talk about the dollar. Nobody wants to talk about the state governor. Nobody wants to push for local government autonomy. And this is the laziness and the irresponsibility of the Nigerian citizens. Because until we understand that even as we claim that our constitution is faulty and deformed, but what we have, if we optimize it, if we hold these guys accountable, we can get more than what we are getting today by 1,000%. Now, let me demonstrate what's happening. If every state do collect federal allocations, your state governors have the mandate to generate revenue. Your state governors are in charge of the land. That means they can farm with it. They can have farm estates. They have, to an extent, collaborate with the federal government on security. They are in charge of primary health centers. They are in charge of pipe-borne water. So, why are we as the people not calling them out on that? Ask a common Nigerian now. It will tell you that the president is the one that is responsible for water not rushing in Enugu State. He will tell you that it is the president that is responsible for Lagos Water Corporation not working. They will tell you that he is the one responsible, the president is the one responsible for Borno not having a good primary health center, a universal basic education system. Then shall we say that, okay, let us go back to that one-man rule, whereby just one man call all the shots. But that is not the case. That is not the case. Every state has the capacity to have their own well-structured public transport system. Since 1999, why, or let me now cut it short, since 2007, why has there not been another state that will copy the initiative that Lagos State is doing? And by me saying that doesn't mean that Lagos State is perfect. But what I'm asking is, why has Oyo State, the state I come from, why have they not have something similar to BRT? Why have they not had something similar to LASRA? LASRA is a form of residential, registration. This is something that is used for accountability, a form of identification. Why is Oyo State, as vast as they have, why are they not having massive agricultural revolution? Since 2007, why have we not for a day have visionary governors? What is stopping Oyo State from being the biggest producer of maize in Nigeria? Why is Oyo State not having a state commodity board? The federal government is not stopping any state. Lagos State is not vast, but it is a shame that Lagos State is having a robust commodity board even than the Niger State. It's a shame. It's a shame to all of us as a citizen. If the federal government does not have, if the federal government decide not to have a commodity board, they cannot stop states from having their own commodity board. One state can take it on its own that I want to be the biggest producer of maize, and I will have my own state commodity board. I will sponsor farmers. I will be their major off-taker. What I want to be selling to other states is my maize. Now you tell me, if a state is the biggest producer of maize in Nigeria, do you think maize will be expensive in that state? Do you think if, as Lagos is doing now, if all the 36 states have a functional BRT system, just like Lagos, because of course the BRT in Lagos state is functional. Lucky here enjoys subsidy on BRT. He has, as a matter of fact, he has, only him has 4 cowrie cards. This is how, yes, he has shown me before. This is how you can say how people loot, how mischievous, how people can just be cunning. 1 cowrie card for 1 person, but Lucky went to collect 4 cowrie cards. 4 cowrie cards. He cannot deny it. Now, I patronize BRT.
I bought with my money.
He said, but despite me having my car, sometimes I would go to Lagos Island Park. I would go and plight the blue rail line from Marina to Trade Fair. I know if I go to the bus, it will cost me around 1.5, and it will take my time. But I'll go to blue rail line and I'll spend 500. In 10 minutes, I'm in this thing. Now, what am I saying? If every state has this functional infrastructure in place, I swear to God, in terms of food, the state governors will release food from their state reserve, or they will contribute to the federal government to now share across the state. Imagine a situation whereby Bayelsa has a food commodity board, whereby they have enough fish stocks in their reserves. Don't forget, Bayelsa can do it, because Bayelsa is the second highest paid FAC allocation. In Bayelsa, there are less than 3 million. But what do we have? Now the president. Delta today collects the highest amount when it comes to federal allocation. Today, Delta should be the highest producer of palm oil, of cocoa. But what are the governors doing? I am not in any way exonerating the president. But what I am saying is, if those state governors, do you know that it is easier for intervention to be passed directly to the people in Lagos State than any other state? If the federal government wants to intervene in public infrastructure, the federal government can decide to give Lagos State 1 billion or 10 billion, that, okay, this one, let it go for your boss for as long as it will last. That could go for 1 year or 2 years. People will enjoy free buses or 50% discount. We all enjoy it. This is Lucky. He has 4 cowrie cards. Him, his wife, and 2 children, they all took that cowrie card to go for a free ride in Lagos Island. All because Lagos State has good infrastructure. Can Delta have BRT? Yes, but they will not do it. Delta might not have railway, but they can have buses. Kano State might not have buses, but they can have railway. Bayelsa does not need BRT buses, but they can have ferry that they have in Lagos State. They can have it in Bayelsa, whereby they have more boats from one water stop to the other. But when you have senseless governors, you understand? When you have senseless governors, in just 8 months, these governors have collected nothing less than 5 trillion. Nothing should show for it. Nothing. Let me tell you, if the governors were responsible, all the states, despite the real price of bag of rice is maybe 50,000, they could have reduced it to maybe 30,000. That means if they were functional. If they were functional. But they are not functional. So what do we have? The only person we can blame is the president, and we'll keep blaming him.
Despite money was allocated.
Yes. Anybody who is open-minded will agree with me. But you see, the president, for as long as the president cannot speak up, if I were the president, I will go out there on a weekly basis. I will always I will repost what I gave each governor, with a statement that follow up with your governor. Because the governors are the first, when it comes to intercession, when it comes to intervention, the governors are the first actor, whether you like it or not. And it is never wrong for the president to give the governors money. But it only shows how lackadaisical the people are in holding their governors accountable. See, if you ask 10 people, they will tell you that I can hold my governor accountable. And leave am jare, that one na emperor. As much as people have mouths, the likes of Raphael, they come here, they speak big grammar. Raphael cannot hold Soludo responsible. He cannot. They're not born aware. Because he knows that his governor is not democratic. Because he knows that his governor is not a Democrat. But if you ask him, he will say that his governor was not rigged. That was the person we voted for. So why are you complaining? Some people came here, they cannot talk against what's the name of this guy in Igbo State? Uzodinma. They cannot speak against Uzodinma. Is it easier? Listen, who is easier to hold accountable between the president and the governor? Who is easier? Let's say we have diversity for the federal government. Do we have diversity at the state level?
The government is still closer to the people.
No, now, see, in my state or your state, all of us now Yoruba we speak the same thing. We have the same culture. Why are we timid in holding Seyi Makinde responsible? In Uzodinma village, all of them, Arochukwu, whatever they have, Olu, Oweri, they are all the same. There's no ethnic diversity there. But how irresponsible they are to hold Uzodinma accountable. You tell them they hold that. They say that is where you know how cowardly.
You should know that these people don't respect people's views.
Because people are cowards. People are not ready to take up the fight. I have always said it that until a president comes out there and show so much atrocity those state governors are doing, we will not move forward. A governor must come out and say that those governors, this is what I've given them, hold them accountable. If not, we will ask the president to do the magic.
I think there should be a proper orientation on this.
Listen, the president will not come. The president will not come to the streets and give everybody, oh yeah, take 1 million, 1 million. This is what I'm doing. No, you voted your representative, you voted your governors, right? And see, all I'm saying, I am not exonerating Tinubu because Tinubu is not communicating enough. Insecurity is not doing as expected, right? But we must understand that our state governors have the highest role to play.
Away from that, even before I let you go, Tinubu is here in Nigeria. Sorry, Sunday Igboho is here in Nigeria to bury his mom. And he has made a controversial statement again. Of course, you know he's a controversial person in the society.
And what was that?
Buhari is not, Tinubu is not responsible for the rot in Nigeria, but Buhari. That's the statement he made. What do you think about his statement?
I don't take Sunday Igboho seriously because I have always seen him as a cashivist. I've always seen him as an opportunist. Hey, wait. Sorry. I have always seen Sunday Igboho as a man who only saw the opportunity and then jumped on it just like Peter Obi. Okay? He saw the opportunity and he jumped on it just like the fake messiah, the obedience are following up and down, called Peter Obi. This guy called Sunday Igboho is not a secessionist. He's only been sponsored. He was being sponsored all through that period.
Sponsored by who?
I don't know. Maybe Tinubu, maybe
They are saying that he's working for APC.
It's possible. I'm not going to deny that. It's very possible. He might be working for Tinubu itself.
But initially, people said he was working for PDP.
I think he has a record when he was a political talk for PDP in Oyo State. Yes. But you see, I have never supported Yoruba Nation. I am a proponent and a supporter of regionalization. But I am not supporting Yoruba Nation. No. I am a proponent of, we have a national restructuring, but I am not calling. That's why I don't support Biafra. No.
Restructuring is what you support.
Restructuring. Let us have whereby each state or each region control and they have the power to create more states or liquidate any other state that is not functioning.
What is the current administration working towards that?
This current administration, well, they said
are you seeing that sign?
They are working on state policing, and that is a part of the structure.
That's where I'm going to.
But the question is, how the people act is important. Don't forget, Buhari also wanted to push for local government autonomy. That is again telling you how ignorant. But at the end of the day, Nigerians will only end up in church and be praying. Very set of people, funny set of people. Buhari even held a symposium in label it local government autonomy. All the state governors said no, including Lagos State. The people did not go out and say that we want this. I don't get it. Do we think that it is prayer that will solve our problem? Buhari said that would have been the highest achievement of Buhari. Let me tell you, anything that has to do with restructuring, the people must support it. Because at the end of the day, everybody wants a revolution. And a revolution will not happen if the people do not stand up. Now, some leaders understand that they cannot just push for it outrightly. They cannot push for it by fiat. They cannot push for it by veto. It has to be passed to the National Assembly. And the National Assembly has the prerogative to either assent to it or decline it. But the people are the ones that will take charge. So now the state governors have the power to generate, transmit, and distribute electricity. Is anybody holding any state governor accountable? Ekiti is the first state that has keyed into that. Ekiti today has been able to commission a PPP, a private power whatever initiative, I think about 7 kVA. Now, by next week, Abia will join the course. The whole of Aba will be on 24 power supply. All right? And this is an initiative that has started way before Alex Oti. It started under Buhari. Right? Oyo State is also building its own. I think they are building a private power thing of about 12 kVA. And they are going to channel it into an industrial estate. Now, are people, listen, see, I have not seen where we hold our governors accountable at the state level. And it hurts me because we are too fixated on the federal government. Look at the Sultan. The Sultan is so shameless and a mischievous person, saying that he can no longer speak to his people, that the hardship is too much. The Sultan has never for once come out to condemn his own state governor. The Sultan never for once condemned Tambuwa all through his 8 years. The Sultan never condemned the killing of Deborah. Sultan is an hypocrite and he needs to be jailed.
All right, thank you so much.